Yeah, I'm an old man. I take naps, but ooh, that nap was so necessary because yeah, that nap was so necessary because I barely slept this week with all the Big Brother festivities and stuff going on. So the realization that I came to because I was woke up and I went to Twitter because that's how I catch up. I know some of y'all will catch up by going through all the hours of Big Brother live footage, but I just simply can't do that because it takes too long, number one. And number two, there's things going on now while you're catching up on what happened before. So, what I was looking at, my feed kind of family style are in trouble. Okay, let's see what this video is real quick. Before I even make my commentary, I've heard that there's potential trouble.
Chad is truly who brought Scary Room to Riley. Right. And Riley and Chad are close. Right. So this is how this happens. Right. Because he basically brings in blue. He brings in...
It's moving rapidly. So the thing that I was going to say from just looking at the Twitter feeds and looking at a couple of these short video clips is that there's now concern about potentially Corey knowing about Cirie and Jared. I don't know if that's true because I haven't seen any coverage of that. But even if that part of it is not true, think about the fact that Cirie is not in any of the alliances involving Riley. Cirie's not in one of those alliances involving Riley as far as I have seen. Now the realization that I have come to is the fact that at this point in time, Izzy's game is going to rely heavily on if Cirie is still in the game. Because yesterday, I was like, oh, what if Izzy outs the secret or whatever, tells everybody. But then I thought more about it today after seeing the types of conversations that Izzy was having. And it's like, Izzy needs Cirie at this point in time because of basically the way that the house has split into halves. So I know it's just one number and somebody on her team could potentially win, but I think in a way she's also using Cirie. I mean, I guess she called it a partnership. Maybe it is a partnership. They're using each other. Cirie using Izzy to kind of keep a low profile, and Izzy using Cirie because Cirie leaving tips the balance of that half. And that is because Cirie is a leader. Everybody knows that, even if they haven't watched Survivor, even just knowing she was on there 4 times. I guess none of them know about the traders, but they don't need to. She's a leader. She exhibits leadership qualities, and that's what rallies those other 8 to want to work with her. Now, I don't see Jared or Izzy faring similarly without the head of the snake. So I don't know if the other side is smart enough to do this. And if they could swing it. However, if Kirsten got off the block and they got Cirie out of there, Izzy's game is done. A lot of the like her game is probably done, and Jared's game would be a whole lot harder from there. A whole lot harder because of, like I said, because of how they've mathematically kind of shifted into halves. Even though I know there's floaters and people that can switch sides, they're basically half and half right now. So Izzy going would be a huge deal. Riley next week going would be a huge deal. Like, getting rid of the leaders of these groups would be a big deal. But mainly my realization was about Izzy's game specifically. Like, she can rally those people around the fact that she has Cirie there. You take Cirie out of the equation, and I don't feel that she has the same clout or the same influence. So I think it would be well down the line when they picked off several numbers before Izzy would even seriously consider going against Cirie. So that was my quick realization. Their concern is that Corey might be running to Riley. Yeah, I saw that. They're afraid Corey might get them to think Cirie is the queen, which she is. She is the head of the snake. They're afraid if Kirsten gets off the block. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're banking on Hassan winning the veto to make sure that doesn't happen. And when I'm not even fully sure about Hassan, because these players, so everybody has taken everything they've said and split them and mapped out all the alliances that they made over the last couple of days. But this group is making a lot of alliances. So I only really see a few of them as solid for sure with each other. And I see a big middle gray area with a lot of people willing to flip. That's what I see. And things are changing every single hour. Like, I take a nap, I wake up from the nap. This conversation about Corey wasn't even a thing when I went to sleep. And that was only an hour and something ago. So yeah, that was my quick realization. I will probably be back in the evening. Yeah, I'll be back in the evening. But I'm going to keep up with everything that's going on via Twitter. And maybe if I can catch little snippets of the actual live feed here and there, I will. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in a bit.